What's up, buckos? It's Tensor bringing you guys another video for the fan. I said buckos because that's my new word for the month. If you guys didn't know, if you've been to my streams lately, I say bucko a lot, even on Twitter and stuff. I don't know what it is about that word, but I've just been obsessed lately and I'm just gonna stick with it. So from now on, you guys are my little buckos. And you can call me bucko too, I don't care. Bucko. So recently I just remembered actually a funny story that happened to me when I was in middle school. This is about 5-6 years ago when I was in the 6th or 7th grade. I forget exactly what grade, but I just know that it was in middle school. And basically one of the mandatory classes was music, so everyone had to take that in 6th and 7th grade. And the teacher wasn't bad, but she also wasn't like the greatest, you know what I mean? She was pretty strict and she wanted people to focus on the actual class rather than have, you know, she wanted people to have fun, but like she was just one of those teachers that was down to business. She wanted to get shit done and stuff. So her job was to teach us all about whatever had to do with music, right? And the routine of her class was in the beginning when she was taking attendance during like everyone's name, she would count out the syllables in that person's names and we'd have to like, you know, make beats with our little thighs. So I had a friend who was not the greatest influence whatsoever and he always was trying to get me, you know, pissed off, either pissed off or just wanted me to get in trouble or actually just wanted to fool around all the time. So he decided it'd be fun if we had a contest who could hit their thighs the hardest while we were doing these like this little attendance thing. And let me remind you, there's like 20 to 25 kids in this class, so this is a lot of, you know, hitting, and a lot of these girls like Victoria and Alessandra and Tika Kwandamanda had the longest names ever. So we were just going, we were just hitting our legs as hard as we could, and I mean slamming, dude. Like this, like we were in middle school, but we were still hitting like really hard. We were slapping. I'm pretty sure I had shorts on, so it was the summer, I was just slapping away, you know what I mean, as hard as I could. And the teacher wasn't realizing that we were slapping that hard. You know, everyone's slapping too, so it really, you know, all evens out, but at the same time, like it was really loud, but I think she just thought we were having fun with it, so she was enjoying it too. And so after we do this for like 20 to 25 kids, our legs are hurting, right? We're both like sitting there like, wow, dude, that actually hurt. And me being really pale and white, like if you even touch my skin, like you can probably see it get red, like I'm just that white really. And so we go on with the day ends, we go home, you know, have a great night, asleep, middle school life, right? And so I wake up and I don't know how I didn't notice this in the morning when I was getting dressed, but basically we get to school, right, the next day, and all of a sudden one of my friends notices under my shorts that it's like a different color, like it's purple. He's like, holy shit, Brian, what is that? And I pull out my shorts and both of my legs are just straight purple. It looks like someone took a baseball bat and just beat the shit out of my leg. And so a bunch of other people started noticing, and then they crowd around me and they were like, wow, dude, your legs are fucked. And then everyone crowding around me caused other teachers to notice like, what the hell are they doing? So they came in and saw it too, and they sent me to the nurse's office. I got to the nurse's office, I showed her, and when I first saw her look at my legs, like I thought she was gonna drop dead. She thought, like the look in her eyes, it's like she just saw the devil. She didn't know what to think. I think she was more scared for her life than for me, like even if I was at home getting beaten by my parents or something. And that's exactly what she assumed. The first question she asks me is, who hit you? And I was like, ma'am, no one hit me. I did this to myself, I promise. And she was in complete denial. She wasn't taking any of that bullshit. She thought I was completely lying, and she thought someone literally either beat the shit out of me at school or someone at home was hitting me. And so I had to sit down with her for 30 minutes. Like it was like I was like being investigated for something. Like I was like under trial for a murder or something. Like she was like, Brian, I know like someone hit you. You couldn't have done this to yourself. And I was trying to convince her, like in music class, I was hitting my legs, me and my friend, as hard as we could. And she wasn't having any of it. She was like, Brian, I don't think you could have done this to yourself. Like that's almost impossible. I've never seen something like that before. And she was like, you can tell me, Brian, who hit you? Your mom or dad? And at this point, I'm freaking out now because now I feel like she's gonna call my parents and say that I told them that they beat me up when I really was just telling her I was hitting my fucking self. So she ends up bringing in the vice principal, who I wasn't very fond of, and he wasn't fond of me because the only, you know, memory I had of him was him giving me 2 detentions for something that I really never did. But yeah, that's another story. We'll call him Mr. Dickhead. Mr. Dickhead walks in and he's like, Brian, like we think someone hit you. Like there's no way this happened. And I shit you not, I sat in there for a good hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't even know, dude. It felt like forever trying to convince them finally that I beat the shit out of myself in music class. And then she had to bring in the music teacher after this. So now there's 3 people questioning me, and she had to ask her, like, does your students hit each other in the beginning of class for like beats and stuff? She's like, yeah, we do, but I don't think they could do that to themselves. And so now I'm flipping out because now this is another person who's in denial, and like it's like I can't even tell the truth anymore. It's like I'm gonna be forced to lie or something. Like I know I'm not that strong. I know I'm a little middle school kid, but I did this to myself. I made my legs from a fucking pasty white to a purpley grape juice flavor. That didn't really make much sense. I'm sorry, buckos. And so finally, after an hour and a half, I finally convinced them because the friend who I did it with came in and his legs were purple too. Now she tried saying like, oh, you guys beat the shit out of each other. So I'm like, no, we did this to ourselves. And his skin was a lot more tan than me, so it wasn't as bad as mine, but he still had it really bad too. And they finally let us walk out and go to class after a while, gave us a pass, and I never got in trouble for it or anything. They never called my parents or anything, which is surprising, but I swear if I ever see them again, they're gonna think like I was abused as a child or something. Thankfully, I haven't seen Mr. Dickhead, my vice principal in middle school, since that day, I don't think, so that's a good thing. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Dickhead. But that's the story, guys. That's the one time that I beat the shit on myself, and if you guys are wondering why it was purple, I think it's because all the blood vessels in my thighs like broke or something. I don't know. I remember someone telling me that. I'm not no fucking expert in that, but I think that's what happened. But if you guys enjoyed this, leave a fat like as always, and also if you were into CS and the giveaways and stuff, me, Crew, and Nudah, all the fellas are hosting a factory new Karambit Tiger Tooth knife. Obviously, it's a really good knife, and we are giving that away on Twitter. So I will leave the first link down below will be the tweet. Check it out and go retweet it to enter it, and you gotta be following all of us on Twitter. I don't know why you would be following all of us on Twitter anyway, but you have to. We will probably draw the winner in a week or two. It depends on how many retweets this is getting and stuff. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a fat like. Thank you for all the support on my recent videos. I love you guys. Everyone that fucks with me, all my buckos, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one tomorrow. Stream tonight. Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Stream every night. I've been grinding streams, so yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, brothers.
No, no, no.